Sometimes after a breakup something strange happens. On one side there is sadness, but on the other is a relief. And then another feeling show up. It's a guilt. So why do we feel relief and guilt after a relationship ends? And what does it actually say about the relationship and about us? After a breakup, most people expect one thing: loss, sadness, but often something else happens. A person suddenly alone and feels relief. It becomes easier to breathe and less tension. And then a thought appears in your mind. Why do I feel lighter? What's wrong with me? And a few moments after, a different emotion arrives. Guilt, as if you did something wrong, as you are not supposed to feel relief. And it's a very common experience. That doesn't mean you are cold. It usually points at a deeper dynamic in the relationship. Even good relationship can carry a weight. The tension may come from different expectations, different values, or different plans for the future. Sometimes that tension becomes unconscious. You get used to it, but your mind still carries it. And when the relationship ends, that pressure suddenly disappears. And your nervous system reacts. Oh, finally I can breathe. That relief doesn't necessarily mean you don't love the person. Sometimes it simply means the relationship had been living in an inner conflict for decades. After relief, guilt often arrives. And this is another fascinating psychological concept. Most of us grow up with the idea that if relationship ends, we're supposed to suffer, miss the person, or feel only the loss. So when relief appears, mind questioning itself. Did that make me a bad person? Did I not care enough? But that logic is false. You can simultaneously value someone, feel grateful for the experience, and still know that a relationship is not right for you. These feelings can exist together. In many breakups, there's one deep conflict. The heart and your mind saying different things. The heart says this person mattered, there were real moments, there were real feelings. But the mind says our path is separating, we want different things, this relationship is no longer working. So when the final decision is made, the mind feels relief, but the heart is still grieving. And right at this intersection, guilt appears. There is another reason these feelings show up. If the other person is a good person, it hurts to know that your decision is caused them to hurt. Even if the breakup was the right choice. You may know the relationship wasn't working, but at the same time you're wondering, how are they handling this? What are they feeling? Was I too harsh? That isn't always guilt. Sometimes it's empathy, the ability to feel another person's pain. And that's a very human thing. Many people are afraid to admit that they feel lighter after a breakup, because it seems like it would make them cold and cruel. But often relief simply means the inner conflict ended, the uncertainty ended, the period of doubt ended. When someone long time has lived, staying, leaving, trying again, that creates emotional tension. Once the decision is finally made, you can actually exhale. Some breakups are full of anger, some are full of resentment, but there is another kind. The breakup where both people understand we are not bad people. It's just our lives going to different directions. Those breakups often comes with strange emotions. Not hatred, but a mixture of gratitude, sadness, relief. And yes, sometimes there is a guilt. And that often means that the relationship was clear and real. If you are feeling relief and guilt right now, there are few things that can help you. Allow both feelings to exist. You don't have to choose one. You can feel sadness, relief, gratitude. Human emotions are rarely simple. Don't blame yourself. If relationships ended, it doesn't actually mean that someone was wrong or bad. Sometimes two people are going to different directions in life. Give yourself time. Breakup emotions don't disappear all at once. They come in waves. Today you may feel relief, but tomorrow sadness. A week later, calm. That's not inconsistency, it's healing. There's one truth people rarely talk about. Sometimes staying in a relationship out of pity or fear of hurting someone is actually more honest than leaving. Because then one person is still inside the relationships that already ended in the mind of other person. And that creates even more pain. Sometimes a breakup is not a destruction. Sometimes it's a moment when truth finally admitted. If you feel relief after a breakup, that doesn't mean that you are a bad person. If you feel guilt, that doesn't make you weak. Sometimes it simply means that you are going through real human emotions. Relationships can end, but the experience they gave you is still in your story. And sometimes it's exactly after these moments people finally understand who they are, what they value, and what kind of life they want truly build. If this video resonates with you, write in comments, subscribe and press like. So let's grow together. Have a good flight, fam.